Welcome. Welcome. I am so happy. I'm Victoria Schneps, president of Schneps Media and the jewel in my crown, Dan's Papers, and my partner, Jane Hanson.
Hello, everybody.
The Emmy Award-winning journalist and newscaster.
And it's so much fun to do this with you because we get to be so informal. Sitting in this backyard, how cool is it?
Oh, yes. We are thrilled to be in my little new home in Westhampton Beach, in Queog, which is a little hamlet within Westhampton Beach, within Southampton Township, within
the Hamptons, and somewhere on the east end of Long Island.
So, we are so thrilled to have today some very special people in my life. First, you may notice my necklace. My necklace is an Iris Apfel necklace, and it was brought to me by Marc Schneier's mother. Marc Schneier also happens to be the rabbi and founder of the Hampton Synagogue, and right here in Westhampton Beach has created a whole new world. And Julienne, Julienne Penza, who has been a storm of an executive director at the Westhampton Beach Playhouse. We are so thrilled to be coming, and I know you have such great people coming for the season. So that's wonderful. And Garcia, my favorite place to shop. I mean, I'm wearing something from Garcia every day.
That's fantastic.
So we found each other in Westhampton Beach.
And when you find somebody, you never let them go.
No.
Same here.
It really has been my delight. That's what makes Westhampton Beach home.
One of the interesting things there's so much going on in Westhampton Beach. I mean, I was down in Florida during the winter, as were you, and you come back and you see this marvelous, marvelous building, a restaurant in Mill Road that has now been turned into Jack's place.
Into Jack's house, into a children's center. And we are building at the Hampton Synagogue an entire children's campus, the magnitude of the 92nd Street Y. But what is unique, what is singular, it's for children, ages 0 to 17, which is already leading to another transformation of our community in terms of the number of younger people. Mm-hmm. And Jack's house and the Hampton Synagogue Children's Center is for all children in the community. It's like that Levi's commercial. You don't have to be Jewish, to love Levi's Rye. You don't have to be Jewish to participate at the Hampton Synagogue and the Hampton Synagogue Children's Center. And there'll be other activities. We might as well, let the cat out of the bag. You spoke about Iris Apfel. Now she's coming to the Hampton Synagogue the last week of August. And we're going to be celebrating her 101st birthday. There are going to be trunk shows. I mean, she's a demigod.
She is.
Right? She's a legend.
I interviewed her thanks to your mother, Donna, at her wonderful jewelry
Seems to all
collection.
be coming back to my mother.
It's your mother.
Discussion here. But that's another example of another activity at Jack's house. That as much as we're about children, we have this magnificent exhibition hall. And we'll be doing these kinds of celebrity events like what we're doing with Iris Apfel the last week of August.
Well, speaking of all kinds of events, you, Julienne, I was on the board of the Performing Arts Center here in Westhampton Beach for a while, and I remember the wonderful model that was created, which was to bring people that were they'd be in between New York City and someplace in Connecticut, and they had a spare night. They'd come here and perform, stay in somebody's house, and go to the beach and play golf and have lots of fun. And you've continued to just lure these people in. Give us an example of who's coming now.
Oh, sure. Well, we have a huge season, and we really pride ourselves on the fact that we're presenting world-class artists. So this summer, it's everyone from Lyle Lovett to Chris Isaac to Jay Leno. Everyone's very excited about, and then some younger comedians, and we're really focused on getting more diverse and younger audiences with people like Brian McKnight and Tim Dillon and Claudia Oshry, and so it's a wonderful place for people to see incredible talent. But we really pride ourselves on being a community resource as well. So every year we're serving about 10,000 children through our school day performances programs.
Maybe these guys should be getting to
that's what's so beautiful. But that's what's so beautiful is that there is such an influx of people. Westhampton Beach has been referred to as sort of the family Hampton. And I think that's only gotten more true over the years. There are so many families with kids looking for things to do, and we sort of scratch that arts itch.
And the cultural center of the Hamptons is what I see.
I think so too.
I
do. And you're going to make it happen.
Children is well needed.
Yes.
Because there wasn't anything like that before.
Mm-hmm. Garcia, you have been here for only 27 years at Westhampton Beach. Well, I guess you outclassed him. You've been here since when did you start the center?
32 years.
32 years. So we have got some people who have made this Westhampton Beach what it is today, with all due respect.
When I came here, there was only one person that I really knew. And over the years, I have gained so many wonderful friends and people that I met here. And it's just a very ingratiating town. It's a fun town if you know how to entertain yourself and know the people around. But it's warm. It's more warm.
I think what people probably, if you haven't been here recently, the way that Main Street now looks and how it's so pretty.
Rediscovered almost because
it's a credit to the mayor.
Yes.
I mean, Maria Moore in my book is the cat's meow. And I said that publicly at the dedication. I think that she deserves tremendous credit for a whole new facelift to this village, her vision. She's the mayor for all communities, for all ethnicities, for all faiths.
And the theater was the wonderful place that we had here that a lot of Hamptons do not have. And it was a movie theater first, and then
and not a nice movie theater.
Yeah,
it
turned out to be quite lovely, and it brings in good people that enjoy theater. Same people that go to Broadway. They bring cabaret acts, and even the after parties were always.
I'm glad that Garcia referenced the theater because, as you know, it was the Hampton Synagogue that really gave birth to the theater.
Oh, really?
In 1995, 1 year after the dedication of the synagogue, I, along with Stephen Haynes, Cynthia Hoffman's late husband Neil Hoffman, we created what was called the Westhampton Beach Partnership. We wanted to protect our investment. We brought Howard Rubenstein to actually orchestrate and to create, and Rubenstein, needs no introduction. We used to meet at the Hoffman's home every Sunday morning, and the target project that we decided to galvanize the community around was, as Garcia said, the old theater, and the first major gift to purchase that theater by the Hoffman family was made at the Hampton Synagogue dinner dance. So it's just another demonstration of the ecumenism of this village, that we all come together, we all work together, and that has really, really been.
It was a community thing. I remember bringing people across the street to buy plaques on the sidewalk and telling people about the theater. And we always tried to encourage people to go to it because it was really made Main Street. Besides my store.
Which, excuse me, I love that you stay open late. Going into his store is like going into a candy store. There's so many good tasty things in there.
She spends way too much time there.
Well, we have all kinds of jewelry from different places. We have designers. We have a good friend of mine, Janice Sarah. We have signer. We have pieces from Brazil. We have some pieces I designed. We have handbags, and we enjoy it. We enjoy it because we see the same people for 27 years. We have the same people coming in, the same friends, and no other town. In fact, this was the place that they made Charles and I kind of get married when the law changed. They made the wedding for us. We were invited guests to our own wedding.
I like that. I like that a lot.
It was really, where else would that happen?
And if I could just add too, I mean, Garcia spoke about the warmth of the village, and I think that's another unique characteristic of Westhampton Beach is when you go into a store. I've lost many an afternoon chatting with Charles and Garcia because they are so warm and welcoming. And, you know, when you go into other stores and other places, you might not get that kind of familial feeling, but you really do. You know, Westhampton Beach to me is like a family. And it doesn't really matter if you're year-round or a summer resident. We
Right.
take you in. We're happy to have you.
You know that geographically, we have a great advantage
Mhm.
Yes.
in the Hamptons. Westhampton Beach is only 3.2 square miles. That's it. So what one can do within that 3.2 square miles in terms of transforming this village into the jewel of the Hamptons, it's only a matter of time before we attain. You know, not only are we inspirational, but the members of this community were aspirational. We're going after that prize. We will be the jewel of the Hamptons. And within 3.2 square miles, it is not as great a challenge as people think it is.
Well, I think it's on its way to be the cultural center of the Hamptons, and I think this, you know, being close enough to the city and not having to deal with the traffic on Montauk Highway makes it a jewel
I
right
find
there.
a
right?
lot of people are coming here because of that also.
I would also add too, I think that our westernmost location helps us to be much more inclusive as well. You know, the theater, we've been taking a lot of strides to engage more diverse audiences, and we have a cultural equity council to that effect because we can draw from Riverhead, the North Fork, Manorville, Shirley, Mastic, and so it's an opportunity to let more people have a seat at the table, and I think we're all richer when we invite more perspective in. So I think Westhampton Beach is unique in that way too.
Also, a lot of places on Main Street and off of Main Street are family owned or individually owned. We don't have the big chain stores,
Right.
which everybody goes around looking alike because they want to wear the same bag or the same scarf or the same.
Well, I call it the town where everybody knows your name.
Right, absolutely.
You know, the other phenomenon we're experiencing on Saturday morning, we can have upwards of 800 people at services.
800 people?
She's my witness, okay? That
Well, your sermons better be good.
now I often say that for a sermon to be memorable,
Yeah.
it need not be eternal. Okay, so they're right to the point. But the other phenomenon we're experiencing are the number of Jewish families that are coming from the east. I mean, we have families attending services every Saturday morning from Allegansett,
Wow.
from East Hampton,
That's a,
from Southampton.
On
I
Saturday.
think we've also been able to define Westhampton Beach for the Jewish community as the Jewish capital here in the Hamptons. They are literally coming from all over, not only from the west, but from the east.
That's
and
big.
it's a very, very, very exciting time.
So I
Amazing
have
time.
to tell you, Jane, we have to go because there is no greater music than the cantor and what you have put together
and the
to
choir.
perform and
Yeah.
the choir that is there. I go for the music and I just shut my
That's
eyes.
like
You're
you
not
come from
supposed
the
to tell
sermon.
me that.
Really? What I love about his sermon is because
It's short. No, I'm kidding.
He
Keep
runs
it up,
this
Jane.
place like a clock, and he'll tell you exactly what time. 12 o'clock. That's when that lunch is, and they serve a magnificent
Remember, feed
lunch
them,
with how
feed
many
them,
herrings?
and
How
they
many
will
different
come.
herrings? How many different herrings?
When De Blasio was there, I think we had up to 48 variety of herrings. But we have a lot more than just herring. I mean, it's a
I
whole.
love herring.
There's a whole
I'm
food
Norwegian.
culture.
I love herring.
Jane, okay, we will have a special Jane Hanson herring. We're
I
going to
love
name one of the herrings, at the Synagogue.
So it's a place of community,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that's what you've done, Julienne. That's what you've done, Garcia. I'm so proud to have had you all on our show today, and Jane and I are so thrilled to be able to roar about Westhampton through your eyes and your voices.
Sorry, Westhampton
Beach.
because otherwise he will be correcting you.
Well, he's absolutely right. So thank you so much for being
Thank
with
you.
us.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you for having us.
Very insightful. I've learned a lot. I appreciate it. We'll see you all next time.
Till next time, Vicki Schneps saying bye-bye.
And Jane Hanson as well.
Bye.